Kei'Mani was enrolled in 6 different schools, and tonight we're hearing from some of the people from those schools who say she came to school with potential signs of abuse.
Michael Sandlin joins us. Michael, what did they have to say to you?
Well, Kaylee, Jeff, they say they tried to sound the alarm and it fell on deaf ears. I spoke to a classmate of Kei'Mani's who says she tried to tell a teacher, and I spoke to a teacher who says she tried to tell CSB. In both instances, the person they tried to help is now gone.
She came to school with bruises on her arms.
That's 7th grader Kei'Mani Fisher, a classmate of Kei'Mani's from her most recent school, Spring Elementary. Fisher says she would often see Kei'Mani come into class with visible markings, so she and other students decided to say something to a teacher.
She said she would deal with it, but I don't think nothing happened.
TPS representatives say they have no records of abuse against Kei'Mani to either CSB or TPD. But it's also not the first time someone has raised concerns about what was going on inside Latigue's home. Kayleen Harabedian was her 6th grade English teacher at Bennett Venture Academy, the last school she attended before spring. Harabedian says she also spotted visible markings and bruises on Kei'Mani.
It's hard because especially in a role like education, your day doesn't end at 3:30. You take these things home with you. They weigh on you. I'm a parent myself, and I tried my best to make sure that she was removed from that environment.
Harabedian claims she put in multiple calls to CSB. Kei'Mani's grandmother and legal guardian Dorothy Latigue says they did come knocking on her door, but she denies there was any abuse in the home.
I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
It's important to note Dorothy Latigue is currently not charged with any crime, and Kei'Mani was allowed to continue living with her following the alleged CSB check-in.
It just fell on deaf ears, and I think that had she been investigated more, this was looked more into, she would 100% be alive today.
Wednesday morning, a new piece of graffiti has been sprayed on the burned-out home where Kei'Mani's body was found. CSB, where's your accountability? A question city council members like Susanna McPherson are asking now as well.
I want to hear from CSB. We all do. What happened? What was the missing link? Where was the disconnect?
We reached out to Lucas County Children's Services to see if they had any reports of abuse against Kei'Mani. They tell us that any reports they might have would be protected by Ohio privacy laws and would not be fit for public reporting. However, they tell us they're planning on holding a press conference Friday morning so they can clear the air. Reporting in East Toledo, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
So how do we stop another Kei'Mani's death from happening? All the people that alleged complaints were going to, they simply say it doesn't exist. However, we have Dorothy Latigue, who admitted that CPS came to her house twice. The concerned teacher, who said that she believed that Kei'Mani would be alive if the claims were acknowledged. But it wasn't the grandmother that ended her life, it was her father. It was her father that SA'd her and ended her life. Again, not the grandmother. A lot of people feel that Dorothy is to blame. I think it's because Dorothy is right there. It's somebody that you can see. You can't get to Darnell. Can't get to him. He's in jail right now. You can't get to him. So you have to blame the one that's right there. I mean, I even read in comments that people say, well, she didn't cry. She didn't grieve. And people were coming to her defense with not everybody grieves the same way. We don't know what happened. We don't. She could have went in back of that door and cried to where there was no water left in her body. Or she could have went back there and did somersaults. I don't know what she did in there. But nobody knows. I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to break down in front of people that I don't know. I'm going to keep myself together. I'm not going to break down. Maybe she's that kind of person, you know? I mean, I have no idea. Maybe she is. Maybe she was crying like hell when she was in that house, and when she came down, she got herself together. There was a mob out there. Y'all seen it? There was a mob blaming her, and there was a mob ready to beat her ass. Nobody was coming over there to put their arm around her and comfort her at all. I'm just saying. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm just saying. Not everyone grieves the same. My maternal grandmother passed in 2006. She was not a cup of sunshine at all. To me, she was always cold and hard when it came to, I'm going to say me and a lot of other female girls in the family. Oh, she adored the guys. She adored the boys. And I even spoke with my mom about this circumstance. My mom is twin to a boy. She even told me bits and pieces about her childhood. She said, I always said when I got older, I was going to be the opposite of my mother. And I just brought that story up, going to Texas to get to Atlanta. But I just brought that story up because not everybody is the same type of person. She wasn't going to fall apart on the news. She wasn't going to fall apart in front of somebody with a microphone in their hand. That's not what she was going to do. She doesn't even look like that type of person. The interview, she looked like she held it in as good as she could. I believe she misses her granddaughter. I don't care what nobody says. I really do. I really do. The person that ended Kei'Mani, he is currently in jail, and that's probably where he's going to stay for a very long time. But my question is, how do we stop more Kei'Mani's lives from ending? The ones in Ohio, the ones in Detroit, the ones in Miami, the ones in Brooklyn. How do we stop it? How? There's a child right now being harmed, maybe even S8. So what do we do? What do we do when we call the authorities a million times and only one time they investigate, or if that much, they don't even come out? What do you do? What do you do when you see abuse? Okay, see something, say something was a slogan. And we got it now. A lot of people, when they see something, they say something. But the question is, who's listening? Who's listening?